We all know the story of the boy who lived, right? But what if I told you that the real magic, the most powerful secrets about who we are hidden right there in the first few chapters? Today, we're going to dive deep and figure out how being an outcast might just be your greatest superpower.
Everything, and I mean everything, starts with this one sentence. The Dursleys aren't just normal, they are aggressively, desperately normal. And their absolute terror of anything different, anything mysterious, sets up the whole story. It's a battle, right from page 1. A world that wants to crush magic versus a boy who is, well, pure magic.
So, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at finding your true identity when the world is trying to tell you you're nobody. Then, we'll explore the surprising chaos that comes from clinging to a normal life. And finally, we'll talk about the real meaning of courage, which we learn, of all places, from a troll in a bathroom.
Okay, first up, identity. Before Harry even knew he was a wizard, he was basically nothing, an unwanted burden. His entire childhood was about being made to feel small, to feel worthless. But the amazing thing is, his true self was always there, just waiting for a little spark.
I mean, just look at this contrast. It is absolutely night and day. On Privet Drive, his name is nasty and common. He gets punished for asking questions. He literally lives in a closet. But in the wizarding world, that exact same name makes him a legend. People are honored just to shake his hand. It's not just that he's accepted, he's celebrated for the very things that made him an outcast.
And this is such a critical moment. Think about it. The letter from Hogwarts doesn't just find him. It finds him in his prison. It names his place of oppression, the cupboard under the stairs. It's this incredible message that says, we see you. We know exactly who you are and where you are, even when you feel completely invisible. Your truth exists, no matter your circumstances.
And of course, the wizarding world has a name for the Dursleys' kind of normal, Muggle. It's a simple word, but it draws a really clear line in the sand between the world trying to squash Harry and the one that's waiting to welcome him home.
And this right here, this is the Dursleys' #1 weapon. Don't ask questions. How do you keep someone small? You kill their curiosity. You shut down their sense of wonder. You make them afraid to explore who they really are. It's their whole strategy for keeping him locked in that box.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that you can't discover who you are in a vacuum. You have to find your people. You have to actively seek out the community, the tribe, that doesn't just tolerate your quirks, but actually celebrates them. The ones who see your magic.
So that leads us right into our second big idea, escaping the mundane world. This is all about the clash between the Dursleys' fearful, rigid idea of normal and the wild, unpredictable pull of magic.
The book tells us from the get-go that the Dursleys are basically allergic to anything they can't control or understand. They think a quiet, ordinary, predictable life is the goal, and they will go to absolutely ridiculous lengths to protect it. And you can just watch their sanity unravel right here. It's actually hilarious. First, Uncle Vernon just ignores the letter. Fine. Then he tears a few up. Okay, a little aggressive. Then he nails the mail slot shut. And when that doesn't work, he literally flees his home and drags his family to a shack on a rock in the middle of the sea. The harder he fights magic, the crazier his own life gets.
And here is the beautiful irony of it all. The wizarding world, for all its weirdness, actually has structure. There's an economy, there are rules, there are systems like Gringotts and Diagon Alley. But the Dursleys' obsessive hunt for normal, it just creates total, utter chaos. Their world is the one that actually falls apart.
So the lesson for us is pretty clear. Maybe we should question our own definitions of normal. What are those beliefs we're clinging to so tightly? The ones that might be causing us way more stress than they're worth. Because sometimes stepping just a little bit outside that comfort zone is where the real growth and, yeah, the real magic happens.
Okay, our final theme is courage, but probably not in the way you usually think about it. It's not about being fearless. As this famous troll scene shows us, real courage is what you do for other people, especially when you're terrified. Let's break down this scene for a second. Courage isn't just one thing, it's multifaceted. You've got Harry's version, which is just pure reckless instinct. A totally dumb idea, but he does it anyway. Then you've got Ron's courage. He uses a skill he barely knows, but nails it under pressure. And then there's Hermione's brand of bravery, which might be the most difficult of all. Think about it. Hermione Granger, the girl who loves rules more than anything, tells a bold-faced lie to a professor. Why? To protect her friends. This moment right here is the real birth of their friendship.
Her courage to break the rules for them is every bit as powerful as Harry jumping on a troll's back.
So here's the aha moment. Courage isn't a solo act, it's a team sport. None of them could have done it alone. Harry's recklessness created a distraction, Ron's skill delivered the winning move, and Hermione's lie protected them all. The key is, none of them felt brave. They just acted because they had to protect each other.
And that team effort was built on tiny, individual choices. Nobody waited for the perfect plan. Nobody waited to feel brave. They just did the next right thing. And that is the real takeaway for us. Act before you're ready. Courage isn't a feeling you wait for, it's a choice you make. So focus on the small thing you can do right now.
So, we've talked about finding your people, escaping the mundane, and acting with courage. These aren't just fun story elements, they're a roadmap. So now, let's bring it all home and talk about what this means for you.
This line, Harry, you're a wizard. It gives you chills, right? There's a reason it's one of the most famous lines ever. It's that moment of pure validation, the moment someone finally sees you for who you truly are. It gives a name to all the strange, magical things Harry always felt but can never explain. It unlocks everything.
And that brings us to the final question. We all get a Hogwarts letter. Maybe not from an owl, but it comes. It's that little voice, that pull towards something more authentic, more challenging, more magical. It's the call to leave the normal world behind. So the only real question left is, what letter have you been ignoring?